There we go. I'm muted. Am I still? Can you not hear me now? Please let you be able to hear me now. I hope you are able to hear me now. How about now? God knows. God knows I can't just stream like a regular person. Ugh. Anyways. So yeah, we're going to do a little pre-stream chat. We talked about Casey Anthony last time, which was so funny because, she, as fast as she got online, she got offline, which, hi, Grace. How are you? Which is so funny to me. Like, I still don't understand how she thought that was going to go. Come here, Jitterbug. So I set up a little bed for Jets in the stream room, but she never takes it. She only takes my chair. So whatever. Which is so funny. It's one of these big chairs, one of those crisscross chairs, but she's got to be the star to shout. Okay, my baby. Okay, my baby. She's so good. But anyways, so guys, listen. One more OJ video, I promise. And then I'll never talk about this man again. I know that we were supposed to talk about him tonight, but or today during our stream, I'm starting to dream about this man. Like, I have to be done with it. I've learned my lesson. I thought that maybe if we did a series, like, it would be cool. And then I've learned that it is too much. It's too much. So what I did with the Gabby Petito case, and also too, I think there was a lot that I could have condensed inside of the OJ documentary that I reacted to. And that's one of the things that I'm testing. Testing what? Testing me? That's one of the things that I definitely want to work on moving forward with my content is how to just get my point across in a concise way. I don't use TikTok. Casey Anthony deleted her account. So she got the other day during our live, but we played it the other day. Okay, Jetters, look, as much as I love you, this is serious business, okay? We are streamers. You need headphones. She needs headphones. You need headphones. You pups. So she got on TikTok and then she was like, I'm going to be a legal advocate. And then everybody was like, no. And then she immediately, I don't know if she deleted her account or what happened, but she got up to like 50,000 subscribers. It was wild. And a bunch of people subscribed to her. And it was so stupid. Like, I don't understand. One of the things that I thought, the chat keeps disappearing, or maybe you are muting me. I'm not doing anything. My hands are up. I'm not doing anything. Is it because I'm on vertical? I don't know. Listen, Mr. Pike, I just press live and then whatever happens, happens. I am unsure about these things. I don't even know how to mute somebody. So if you're getting muted by me, consider it a blessing. All right, let me copy this and put this in the Discord. Hey, everybody. Everyone. One of these days I will have this all set up. But for now, I don't. No, it always happens. I think it's just YouTube being dumb. Okay. So I think what we're going to do today for the morning to just chit chat over coffee is listen to Casey Anthony in any capacity, really. I know she had some jailhouse calls. Let's just see what comes up when I type her name into YouTube. And see what we got here. Boop, 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 boop. Little wait music, huh? Oh wait, it's not up. Dun, 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 dun. Bow, 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 bow. Dun, 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 dun. Down. All right, let's look at her jailhouse calls. I love this. It's so funky. All right. Whoa. Here's one. All right. We got it. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at this. Got my coffee. Hi, Carl. Good morning. I got my coffee too. I have a double shot of espresso with a little bit of milk and a little bit of chocolate syrup. I'm actually so if you guys don't know, I was working out for like 30 weeks straight. We have a tonal in the house, which I absolutely love. My husband loves it. He gets up every morning at 3 a.m. to work out, goes to the tonal, goes to work. I was using tonal, and then we got sick with the first round of like stomach flu, and then we got sick with the second round of the flu, and then I just haven't been able to recover. So starting next week, I'm going to get back onto working out. However, I have been working on my eating. And one of the things that I struggle with the most is mindful eating, because I just like, I'm at home all day. You know, I'm a stay-at-home mom and I'm with the kids. And a lot of times, like, one of my worst habits is I'll finish whatever's on their plates. And, you know, it's hard to manage when I'm not mindfully eating. So I got an app called Lose It, which I've used before, to just make sure that I'm not, you know, I'm keeping in a happy range. And I don't ever want to like eat or work out just to be thin. I like it to feel strong. Like I love when I get out of the bed in the morning and I'm like spry immediately, like on the tips of my toes, ready to go. So, I really like that. So I want to get back. But anyways, I've been like, I got up this morning. I had a banana. I had, oh, by the way, whoever changed my algorithm to figuring out that you could put cottage cheese or Greek yogurt in your scrambled eggs and doubles the protein. Also, it's delicious. Oh my God. Please put cottage cheese in your eggs. Please. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Hi, Ragu. How are you? It's so good. It is so good. Anyways, espresso is being made and I have donuts. Normal person mode is loading. So I have 2 shots of espresso. What's 120? 6 ounces of milk. So almost a cup of milk, and then a little chocolate syrup. And this is my thing for the day. So my husband bought a espresso machine, an automatic espresso machine. We have the Philips 4400. We never do birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, anniversary gifts. And he was like, hey, I bought you something, because he was like, you know, with the kids, he's like, you've been working so hard and I wanted you to have something at home. And I was like, well, I didn't get you anything, you know, sorry. But he bought this espresso machine, and like every time I have, oh, by the way, if you see me moving in uncomfortable movements, it's because Jitterbug is here. Say hi, Jitterbugs. See who Jitterbugs? She's down here. I don't know if you can see her. Good life from Italy. A family with an autistic son. Hi, me too. Twinsies. How old is your son? Yes. I have an 8-year-old nonverbal son. So, yeah, I love meeting other parents. Sometimes it becomes like this weird game where people want to discuss like it's like a weird, well, you don't have it as bad as I do. And it's like, I don't want to play this game with you. I have what I have and you have what you have. Ooh, creme brulee creamer. Yeah, I like just a little bit of chocolate. I like to taste the coffee. It slaps. Slaps every time. I just like it black, lukewarm, unless I go to Starbucks when it's a non-fat mocha. So I have to tell you, Carl, after, Jetters, are you okay? Look at her. Jetters. Okay, you have to get down. You do. Yes. Unless you're gonna, can you say something? Do you want to be a part of this stream? Do you want to? Ugh, ASMR, gross. All right, get out of here. Scram. We live in a camper, fantastic life. Oh, that's fun. That's so fun. Thank you. This is Jitterbugs. Her name's Jet. Oh, there she goes. Bye. Her name's Jet. She's the best. It's the best story. So we were looking into getting a service dog for my son, who is, as I've said, 8 years old, nonverbal autistic. And, well, looking into that, service dogs cost upwards of $25,000 or more. You're not coming back up here. No, this is my show. Jetters, I love you, but I have a bed for you over there. Go. You got to go over there. Go in your bed. Go lay down. But anyways, so we were like, we want to get a dog. My daughter has been begging for a dog since the day she could talk. And she runs up to dogs and she hugs them and she lets them like kiss her in the mouth. And it's a whole thing. So we were like, my husband's like, we got to get this kid a dog. And I was like, okay, but with my son, like, we have to be very careful about the dog that we get. So we were looking at service dogs, and $25,000 for a dog was completely out of our range, you know? And so we were like, all right, what if we got a dog and tried to make it our own service dog? And, you know, we would train whatever, and then the dog would be able to be a puppy with my son. And my son does what's called, if you're not familiar, he stims. So my son is a vocal stimmer, which if you're not used to it, could be very could be very jarring. You know, or he jumps, he'll jump all the way up and then he'll pull his legs under him and land on his knees. Like, it's very loud in my house. And a lot of times, like, out of nowhere, you'll just hear, oh, like, that's how and you're just like, if you're not used to it, it's very jarring. So for us, I didn't want to introduce an animal into this house. And, you know, my son, Jetters, what are you doing? I cannot play right now. This is actually typically your nap time. I don't know why you're so spry. But anyways, so we, what was I saying? Oh, so we wanted to get a puppy because we wanted the dog to grow up in an environment where it really didn't know any different. So we were just looking at, you know, different fostering sites, and a dog, her name was Ivy at the time, but had come across my feed, and I was like, oh man, I don't know, there's something about this dog. She's so cute. So I called the lady, the foster mom, and I said, listen, I don't want to waste your time. I have an 8-year-old nonverbal autistic son. He stims a lot. I can't have like a super rambunctious puppy. It's got to be really the perfect fit for our family. And, you know, we're looking for a dog that we could train and turn into a service dog. And this woman had told me, she goes, funny you should call. She said, actually, I drive a bus for special ed kids. And she said, I used to be a special ed teacher. And she said, I really think you need to come look at this dog. And I was like, okay. And she's like, I can meet you at, I don't know, like 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And we had like a birthday party to go to. It was a whole thing. But we canceled it and we went. And when I held her in my arms, I was sobbing. She was just so sweet. If I showed my kids online, I would show you the picture of them. But like, my son went up to her immediately and he was like petting her. And then he like just held her tail and she was just like so happy. And then we got her home and she was sleeping and my son was so excited and he was stimming and he was making all these sounds and he was jumping around and he was making all these movements and he was like jumping around the puppy and we were just kind of like letting him do what he does to see how she reacts. And she was like sleeping and she got up and she looked at him and she's like, yeah, okay. And like went back to sleep and we were like instantly in love. So she lets him like use her as a stress ball. A lot of times he'll just like he'll like knead her like bread dough. Cause when I say like grab, I don't mean like grab. He never grabs. My son is not aggressive in any way, but he like grabs her like and kneads her like bread dough. And then he like puts his head on her and you can see her. She just like closes her eyes like she's getting a massage. It's so cute. And she just knows and she loves my daughter. and my daughter loves her. And the first 3 days she was home, I'm like, we were out walking and I was sitting on the ground. She came and sat in my lap. And all I could think was like, at some day you're going to die. And I'm going to be so devastated. Like, I was like, no, this is my soul dog. Like, they talk about having a soul dog. I've only had one other dog in my life that I've had this like same connection with. And it was a dog that my mom had that we had at my mom's house. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, she left. And yeah, this is just when she passes away. I don't know how people get new dogs. How do you like get a new dog after this? I just don't understand. It makes me sad. She is such a good dog. Oh my God. So good. And then with my son, it's even better. And like for me, hello. Jesus. When you love my kids, like that's an extension. Am I okay? I'm just trying to like, there we go. When you love my kids, it's like an extension of myself. So the fact that she is just so good with my children, we've had her, she'll be 2 this year in July. The Zoom. I've never heard her growl at anyone inside this house, at any of the kids that come over, at any of our neighbors that come over. She has never once, what do you got? You got a toy for me? She's never once growled. She's never once shown teeth. I mean, she will if you're trying to get in this house. That's the one thing I love the most about her is like, you're not getting in this house. And 2, when I would walk with her, she, because we would go walking, we have paths over here. And I would walk her, ow, no flea bites. I would walk her on like 100-foot leash because we have like open area around us. She won't let somebody get anywhere near me, nowhere near me. And she like, when it's me and her by ourselves, her hair like immediately raised. And people are like, that's a scary ass dog. And I'm like, yeah, good. She'll bite your face off. Bye. That concludes the earthquake test. Thank you for your patience. Yeah. Yeah, she's incredible. She's incredible. So the only thing about her like being a service dog, and I don't think she could do it, is because she's definitely lab. Her mom, they knew her mom was a lab. But they think her dad is a plot hound. So yeah, I think it's a plot hound is what they're called. And when I was like, what is her bark? Every time she barks, she's got that like that. And I'm like, that's not right. Like, like I'm like, I've never heard a dog bark like that before that looks like you, because she looks like a lab. But the plot hounds also have that like brindle that she has. And then she's got that funny bark. So we looked into it, and plot hounds are supposed to be, they're incredibly, it's 100 bacons long, actually. It's the camera. The camera makes me look way bigger than I am. I'm only 1 feet tall. So yeah, I think she is mixed with a plot hound, but with that, yeah, she's got a hound dog bark. But with that being said, she's also extremely prey driven. So like which is good. So my son is an elopement risk. So I've actually taught her to go catch my son, which is great. It's a great game. He thinks it's funny. But I used to fill his pockets with treats. And anytime he would want to take away from the park, or he would take away from wherever we were, I would release her from her leash and she would immediately run after him. Well, as she runs after him, because she's much faster than I am, she catches up to him. He'll stop running so that he can give her a treat. So this is like, it works out, because my son, fast. And forget it. If he doesn't have his shoes on, you're done. Flies. I'm not sure that boy hits the ground. But now we have a jet and we say, go get my son. And that's what she does. She goes and gets him. He is prey. Don't sell yourself short. 3'7" is a respectable height for you. Close up of Bacon Bear's face. Always pleasant. Are you sure? Are you sure? Thank you, Carl. He's such a nice person. But yeah, she's great. All right, Jetters. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go do something. Also, I've never had a female dog. Like, I've always had male dogs, and having a female dog is a game changer for sure. For sure. All right. Well, let's watch some Casey Anthony tapes and see how we feel about that. This is about her. This is her in the jailhouse. So I'm glad we had a good time. I'm happy to be able to ruin your morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, beautiful. I love you.
Hi, I love you too. Why is she crying already?
Because we haven't seen you.
Why is she crying already? Laugh, laugh. Because her daughter's in prison. And her granddaughter's missing. Like...
I know. Hey, hold on one second. Miss Baker. Oh, where'd she go? I'm gonna try to get them to turn this up a little bit. Go ahead.
So how's your day starting out so far?
I was asleep.
Well,
So, it's alright. I woke up at 5, stayed up for about an hour, and then went back to bed for a little bit. So, my eyes are red. I'm tired.
okay. So what else is going on with you?
Nothing. The usual. Just like...
Now, at this point, her daughter is still missing. I agree with you, Grace. She doesn't understand feelings. At this point, her daughter is still missing. Like, wouldn't that be the first question? Have you guys found Kaylee? Do you know where Kaylee is?
I guess waiting around. Those are new shirts. I like those.
Yes, those are. The Never Lose Hope Foundation did these for us, so.
I like those a lot. Those are really nice.
Yeah, those are really sweet. Really, really sweet.
Can
you read what they say?
Fly home, baby, and I don't see the bottom.
This is Fly Home, Baby, we miss you.
Those are nice shirts. I like those.
Well, let me have you speak to Mom, okay? Now she's right here. She's pulling at the phone. Hold on.
All right.
This buzzing is killing me. I am so sorry, guys.
Hi, sweetie.
Oh.
Hi, Mom. Oh. Well, I lasted a minute. How are you feeling? We're not doing well, Case. None of us. Lee's been sick. Dad's blown up at the media. Yeah, I heard.
Well, someone just said that Kaylee was dead this morning, that she drowned in the pool. That's the newest story out there.
Surprise, surprise.
So, it's very hard.
Well, yeah, trust me, I know that. Someone just sent me some of the stuff that's been online, comments that people have been leaving off of certain articles, I guess, that have been written, and it was very upsetting last night to see that.
Oh, yes,
But,
it's...
Again, hold on.
It's terrible, Casey. Getting hate mail, threatening letters.
Well, I haven't gotten
Phone
anything
messages.
like that, thankfully. All of the letters that I've gotten have been positive. Even the letter that she had attached was still very positive. Everyone's certain that she's okay, offering help. A couple people have said that they've called and talked to Dad or have left him messages. So,
We need to have something to go on.
Mom, I don't have anything. I'm sorry. I've been here a month. I've been here a month today. Do you understand?
She didn't even ask her. All she said was, we need something to go on. And immediately Casey's like, I don't have anything. There wasn't a question. There was no question. I'm confused. I'm okay. Oh no, Elja God, feel better. I get it though. She's thriving off all of them thinking that she's still alive. Right. But that was like so quick. Woo! Sorry.
Seeing how I feel?
Oh my God. Let me rewind this. Do you see how I feel? Do you see how I feel? Shut up.
We need to have something to go on.
Mom, I don't have anything. I'm sorry. I've been here a month. I've been here a month today. Do you understand how I feel? I mean, do you really understand how I feel in this? I'm completely out of the loop with everything. The only information I get is when I see my attorney. That's it.
Yeah,
Outside of that, I have nothing to go on. Every day I have to say.
Do you understand how I feel, Mr. Pike? Do you? Do you? Do you understand how I feel? A 3-year-old is missing. My 3-year-old is missing. And I'm in here. I'm in here. Do you understand about me? About me? Moi? Yo?
Sit here and wait and wonder. I wonder if something's going on. I'm wondering if there's something new.
It's so funny because she's like, I wonder what's going on. For those of you who don't know, which we talked in extent the other day, it took her 31 days. Feisty bacon. You know what? I like it. I don't care. People can get mad at me. My channel is called That's My Opinion. I'm not a news channel. I'm an opinion-based channel. Anyways, wait till you see my Gabby Petito video. I go in and I was like, I almost re-recorded it because I was like, this one might be a little rough. And then I'm like, these are my feelings. I don't care. These are my feelings. This is how I feel. This is my opinion. Whatever. Anyways, it's funny because she's like, I don't get any information. I don't know what's going on. I don't blah, 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 blah. Hi, David. But it's just like, you also didn't call the police for 31 days. What was going on? I am in the wrong place. What? No, you're in the right place. Welcome. Hello. We'll go live, our regular live later. But it's just so...
Did Jose ask you about which one of us you'd want to meet with?
Yeah, I wanted to see Dad. I mean, I want to see everybody, but I had to choose, and I wanted to see Dad.
All right. Well, then here, talk to your dad.
Hey, sweetheart.
Hey.
Hey, listen, I want you to know, you are the boss through this whole thing, okay?
Well, no, I'm not anymore, Dad. I haven't been since I got here.
Yes. Oh, yes, you are. You are the... think of this for a second.
Dad, I've been...
Listen,
listen,
okay, listen, no,
I've been
just listen to
thinking
me
about
just for one
this.
moment. Okay, just listen to me for 1 second, okay? Listen, think of you owning this conglomerate, this huge business. Jose is one of your employees, so is the sheriff's department, so is the FBI, so am I, so is Lee, so is Mom. We're all working with you. And if for some reason something's not being said or being done...
I mean, at this point, they're essentially begging her. They're begging her to tell them. And I think they know at this point. Like, they're begging her to tell them. Hi, Madelle. How are you? I don't even know where's the waiting room. I have a waiting room? Where is it? I don't know. Oh, boy.
Change. You're the one that
Dad,
can say, listen...
I've told Jose. No, I've given him the information to give you guys. We've given the information. You guys have given everything to the police. They're not helping us. It's obvious. We know their intentions. So, I'm sorry. I've helped in every way that I possibly can since the day I got here.
Okay,
They didn't even give me 24 hours to help them, the police, without putting me here. So it's
Well,
obvious where people-
hold on a second. Bitch, they gave you 31 days. There was 31 days. And then they didn't even give you 24 hours? You didn't call to report your daughter missing within 24 hours. What? Ugh. They didn't even give me 24 hours. If she tells them the spotlight comes off her. Exactly. They didn't even give me 24 hours, Mr. Pike. Oh, Casey lies. Is that what we're listening to? Yes, the soft sounds of Casey Anthony lying through a jailhouse phone call. Hi, Cuff You. How are you? Good morning.
everybody's intentions lie. I know you guys want Kaylee.
I know where their intentions lie. Where did your intentions lie? You're right. You're right. That's right. She never called. Her mom did. That's right. That's right. I know where their intentions lie. Where did your intentions lie? Because I could tell you, my daughter is 5. She wouldn't be missing for an hour before I called 911. Immediately. I'm good.
I want Kaylee more than anybody can understand, but I can't do anything. I can't do anything from where I'm at.
I love that too. Like, I want Kaylee more than anybody, but no, there's no but. There's no but. I love Kaylee more than anybody, but me. But me. What about me? Oh my God, you know what this is giving? Hold on. It's like my favorite scene ever. Hold on. Oop, hold on. I love the story of Casey walking into an imaginary job. This is giving this, and I love it every time. You guys are going to love this. I love it. Hold on. This is all I'm hearing.
Hey, I'm Lloyd.
And I'm Natasha.
Not
and we're
this.
the founders of Midnight Comics.
Hold on.
Bye, Marilla.
Our whole family together at last.
Sorry,
Regenerate.
Debbie.
Above ground.
I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't enjoy hurting anybody.
Sorry,
I don't
Debbie.
like guns or bombs
No
or
Mercedes
electric
this
chair.
year.
Sometimes people just won't listen. And so I have to use persuasion. And slides.
And slides.
My parents, Sharon and Dave.
I wanted
Generous, doting.
ballerina
they?
Barbie.
All I ever wanted was a ballerina Barbie in her pretty pink tutu. My birthday.
My birthday.
I was 10. And do you know what they got me?
Malibu Barbie.
Malibu Barbie.
Malibu Barbie.
The nerve.
That's not what I wanted. That's not who I was. I was a ballerina. Graceful, delicate. They had to go.
That's what I'm hearing right now. Sorry, Debbie.
Okay, let me ask you this. If I can make some arrangements just to meet with you just one-on-one, just you and I, or Lee or Mom, would you be open to that? Because I can do it within a matter of just a few hours.
They know. They know. This tells me that they know, which is sad. Both of the Cusacks are, I would just love to sit with them. I love them. I love them so much. Hi, Josh. How are you? But anyways, this conversation, this tells me like they absolutely know at this point. They know that she knows at least something because they're trying to get it.
This was already discussed, and I already said yes. This was something that we had already discussed. Supposedly, it was supposed to have already happened.
Well, there's been some
I
things
understand
that
there's...
happened to change that. There's nothing been on my part to change that, or Mom's part, or your brother's part.
No, I understand that. It's not
I
you
mean,
guys.
I told these guys within an hour I can be ready. I want to hug you. I want to talk
Look,
to you.
they're-
Just you and I.
Thank you, Lydia.
Jose is making sure that I'm well aware of everything that's going on. He's keeping me completely updated on stuff, which I in every way appreciate because, again, that's all I have to go off of with stuff.
I want you to realize something. Number one, or at least number 1.1 and number one should be you and Kaylee. That's the way it should be. It shouldn't be
Well, it's split,
Jose,
Dad.
then you, then Kaylee, and everything else is falling in line. It's
split.
It has to be you two. You and your daughter. It's got to be the ones that's got to be focused on here.
Well, he's focusing on Kaylee and I. You guys are focusing on Kaylee. I know I'm still part of your focus, but she's your main focus, and I understand that.
What an odd thing to say. I know she's your main focus. She's a 3. Pull it together. Pull it together. Pull it together. Okay. Kaylee Anthony is a 3-year-old missing toddler. She said she was looking at her parents and she's like, I know Kaylee's your sole focus. I mean, I know I'm still part of your focus, but Kaylee's your sole focus. As she should be. As she should be. She should be everybody's focus. Everybody's focus. Exactly. How do they focus on the child? The nerve. The nerve, girl.
Dad, I know where
Listen how she says
well,
this.
He's focusing on Kaylee and I. You guys are focusing on Kaylee. I know I'm...
Because she says it as Jose. He's focusing on Kaylee and I. You are just focusing on Kaylee. I understand. You're also focusing on me, but like you're focusing on Kaylee. I want to know how she keeps escaping the pits of hell to resurface. I mean, the minute I saw her, I immediately signed up for her legal advice. Casey Anthony is the human embodiment of herpes. Right when you least expect it. Bam! Flare up. That's it. She's jealous of Kaylee because she had already lied and stole and cheated her parents, and Kaylee was a clean slate. Any real mother loves to see how much their parents love their children. So we were just talking about that. I think that's a great comment. My children personally are an extension of myself, right? So when somebody comes in and they bring when they bring gifts or they just do acts of kindness for my kids, that is showing me that's showing me love. That's how I view it. If somebody's hugging or kissing on my children, like I feel that. So I don't know. Maybe other people don't feel it that way, but I feel it that way. So, because like some people will be like, sorry, I didn't bring you anything. Don't bring me anything. Or like Christmas, I didn't bring you anything. I brought it for your kids. Good. Bring it for them. Make it clap. I think that's the beat. By the way, Chad, I speak in sarcasm. I'm not a complete jerk. Lies.
I'm still part of your focus, but she's your main focus, and I understand that. Dad,
That's such an asshole thing to say. She's missing. One more time.
Your daughter has got to be the ones that's got to be focused on here.
well, he's focusing on Kaylee and I. You guys are focusing on Kaylee. I know I'm still part of your focus, but she's your main focus, and I understand that. Dad,
Love you, Pike.
I know where everybody's priorities lie. I knew that the day that I got here.
Well, I bring up. Then again, I want to bring.
I know where everybody's priorities lie. Everybody's priority, including yours. Including yours. And let me tell you something. I love that she was like, oh, I was sleeping. Oh, I can't do anything behind jail walls. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that. If I was sitting in jail and my daughter was missing and I truly had nothing to do with it, I'd be writing letters. I'd be writing letters. I'd be writing emails. I would be trying to make phone calls. Whatever it was that I had access to, if I had access to nothing, I'd be like, give me pen and paper. I'll start making flyers. Like, for her to just be like, no, you know, que será, no, little baby's missing. Y'all still do not believe. I can't read. I still do not believe to this day we know the whole truth. Poor sweet Kaylee. And I feel the same, Big Bears. My joy comes from seeing my children happy. And I love that you are dark and sarcastic just like me. Yes. Yes. I'd be chewing through the bars to get out to try to find my kid. Right. Crayons. Blood. I'd be like slicing my finger. Dear so-and-so. Like, it's the lackadaisical, right? She takes 31 days to call the police, which she didn't even call the police. It was her mom. She gets behind bars and she's like, oh my God, imagine about how I feel. Imagine, look at me, how I feel. Wait, this is better. Wait.
Imagine how I feel in here. I'm in jail. So sad.
It's just so annoying. But anyways, yeah, you would do anything that you could. That's when you know she is the one who killed her daughter, allegedly. No mother will be as chill as her. And that's the other thing. Somebody else brought up in my chat the other day, such a great point. Even after she got released and they found her not guilty, she was like, see you guys. Bye. No, we're not worried about anybody trying to find who killed your daughter. Also, you blame your parents for killing your daughter, but then you don't file a wrongful death suit against them. You don't do everything, and you're a legal advocate, and you don't do everything inside of your legal power to go after your parents who you claim have to do with the death of your daughter. I wish I had a zoom feature on my... I don't. I wish I had a button that would like just zoom in on my face. I got to figure that out. I'm just pressing buttons now at this point. I do believe she overdrugged her to party and said whoopsie. And that's another thing that we talked about the other day. I believe that, allegedly. I believe that she would put her daughter to sleep so that she could go out and party. And, you know, depending on how long she was doing this, maybe Kaylee had built up a tolerance and she wasn't going to sleep fast enough or whatever. And maybe, you know, whatever. Casey has issues, yes, but George is responsible for Kaylee's death. Did you listen to George's affairs testimony? It was an accident that snowballed. What? Allegedly, conscious machine. You have to say allegedly in this chat. I love all of you. I'm not going to prison for any of you. Just tell you. George made it look like a kidnapping. Casey snapped and went into severe denial. Casey Anthony, is this you? Are you in my chat? Conscious machine, you cannot tell me that you don't believe that Casey Anthony had anything to do with the disappearance of her daughter. Go listen to the testimony. All right, where is it? What am I typing in? Tell me. Tell me what I'm typing in right now. Tell me why. Hi, Casey. All right, tell me what I need to watch. I'll type it in right now. I will type it in right now. Type it in. Type it in. Emotional damage. I need more sounds. George had an affair with. No singing allowed. All right. George Anthony affair. George Anthony affair. Oh, chair dancing. Uncut on alleged affair. Defense questions woman who claims affair with George. Alleged mistress of George takes the stand. Okay. I don't recall her name. Her testimony is very believable. Okay, let's watch it. Let's watch it together.
A woman who said she had an affair with Casey Anthony's father took the stand for the defense. Crystal Holloway, a volunteer who helped search for Kaylee, told the court she met George Anthony in a tent and developed a relationship with him.
Was this an intimate relationship?
Okay, so first of all, you must be new here because we talked about her trying to come back online and be a legal advocate. I have not deep dove into this case yet. I run a channel called That's My Opinion where I talk about shit on the internet and give you my opinion. So. Look for the clip, the judge saying he thinks she overdosed her. I will. Let's watch this first.
Yes.
Holloway testified that George Anthony described what happened to his 2-year-old granddaughter during a heart-to-heart conversation.
He had said it was an accident that snowballed out of control, but I was in shock, and by the time I looked up, his eyes were filled with tears.
But prosecutors questioned her credibility. Holloway sold her story to the National Enquirer for $4,000.
Okay. Conscious. You know what else is pointless? A woman who sold her story to the National Enquirer before going on the stand.
I felt that the media would edit certain things and make me look like trash. And he gave me the chance to tell my story in full.
George Anthony denies having an affair with Holloway. Yesterday, he may have dealt the defense a blow when he broke into tears, telling jurors about his suicide attempt after his granddaughter's body was found.
I need to get through this. I need to have something inside of me get through this.
In a suicide note, George Anthony revealed he had unanswered questions about his granddaughter's death. But the defense claims he was in the know and helped cover up Kaylee's death after she drowned in his pool. The judge says the case could be in jurors' hands as soon as this weekend.
Okay, so this is going to be the same thing that with Jill Shively, okay? When we watched the OJ, the breakdown that I just did, this was a big point of contention with Jill Shively. She claims that she saw OJ driving away from Nicole Brown's house. Now, could that be credible? Absolutely. But she went on and she sold it to the media before she went on the stand. So Conscious, I just want to ask you this question. You are sitting in a jury box, okay? You're sitting in a jury box and somebody comes on the stand and they told you what they've told you. However, they've already sold their story to the media. Is their testimony still reliable? Thank you. Selling the story makes someone money. Money controls everyone. Yeah, if I have a legitimate story that needs to go to court, I'm not selling it to the National Enquirer of all media sources. No way. No way. No. That's not, if that's the one piece that you want me to take from, like I'm willing to listen to all different aspects and to take in all sorts of different information. Casey was overcharged. They charged her with first degree murder, first degree or second degree. They charged her with first degree. They didn't have a cause of death. That's why Casey walked. Exactly. Nobody's arguing that. We talked about that the other day. If I was sitting on the jury for this case, I could not have charged Casey with first-degree murder. Do I think that she did it? Yes. But how do you charge somebody beyond a reasonable doubt for first-degree murder without even having a cause of death? It's impossible. You can't do it. And the death penalty. That's the other thing. We talk a lot about Scott Peterson. I absolutely 1000% think Scott Peterson did it. Do I think that if I was sitting on that jury, I could charge him with the death penalty? No, I do not. No, I do not. Because those are the jury rules. The jury rules is beyond a reasonable doubt. And there is not beyond a reasonable doubt for me, in my mind. She's mentally unstable, maybe because her daughter died. So you mean to tell me in all of that time, before she even went to jail, her mother called 911 to report Kaylee missing. Let's listen to that phone call. Let's listen to how annoyed she sounds. Casey Anthony, 911 call.
911, what's your emergency? I called a little bit ago.
Now, mind you, the person crying on the phone is her mother. We don't even know Kaylee's father. What does that have to do with anything? She snapped. Why not? I agree the mother didn't know. Okay. So Casey knows, according to your theory, Casey knows that her daughter died in a pool or there was an accidental drowning and still does nothing to alert authorities? Who's Layla Simon? I don't know who that is. And the other thing is, we talked about this the other day. If you want to be Team Casey, you do whatever you want to do. However, Casey goes on and on and on about how her father had abused her. And then she leaves Kaylee in her father's care. You don't find that to be horrifically negligent? Leilani Simon. I'll have to find that one. Oh my God. I don't think I've ever heard of this case. I need to write this down. If it was an accidental drowning, it wouldn't make sense that she was found with duct tape on her mouth. Well, I think crazy. What Conscious is trying to say is that it was a drowning and. Okay, Conscious, now you're just trolling. We're good. Okay, Leilani Simon. All right. Let's go ahead and take a listen to this 911 call.
Deputy Sheriff, I found out my granddaughter has been taken. She has been missing for a month. We're talking about a 3-year-old little girl. My daughter finally admitted that the baby's in the store. I need to find her. Your daughter admitted that the baby is where? The babysitter took her a month ago. My daughter's been looking for her. I told you my daughter was missing for a month. I just found her today, but I can't find my granddaughter. And she just admitted to me that she's been trying to find her herself. There's something wrong. I found my daughter's car today, and it smells like there's been a dead body in the damn car.
Okay, what is the 3-year-old's name?
Kaylee, Caylee, Anthony.
Kaylee Anthony?
Yes.
How long has she been missing for?
I have not seen her since the 7th of June.
Is your daughter there?
Yes.
Can I speak with her?
I don't need to listen to the whole testimony of George's girlfriend. She sold her story to the National Enquirer. That, for me, immediately discredits anything that she has to say. Sorry. If I was sitting on that jury and she said that she sold it to the National Enquirer, my ears are immediately shut.
Hey, they want to talk to you. Answer the question. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Can you tell me what's going on a little bit?
I'm sorry?
Can you tell me a little bit what's going on?
Okay, so now this is Kaylee, because you're saying that George is asking if George was Kaylee's dad. If you listened to anything, Casey Anthony has said over and over and over that George has abused her. And then she left Kaylee in George's care.
What's going on?
My daughter's been missing for the last 31 days.
And you know who has her?
I know.
A person's honesty, you also have to read their morality. And her morality showed us that she sold her story to the fucking National Enquirer. What?
Who has her? I've tried to contact her. I actually
If she had any sense of morality when George told her that story, she would have called 911. She would have went to the police. She would have went to the FBI. But you know who she went to? The National Enquirer. The same people who put out stories that people have alien babies with 8 heads. This is what you want me to believe?
received a phone call today, now from a number that is no longer in service. I did get to speak to my daughter for about a minute.
Who has her? Do you have a name?
All right, so let's Google it then. Zanny the Nanny. Google. Did George Anthony's alleged affair sell her story? Crystal Holloway. Show me the check from the National Enquirer. She was Mexican and maybe she didn't know what the paper was. I have very nice teeth. Thank you, Optimus. Optimus Prime Rib. That's fantastic. To form an opinion. For what? What? You're the one who came here. Literally, it says on my channel, if you don't like it, you're more than welcome to leave. Crystal Holloway. Let's see. Holloway claimed that in November 2008, while investigators were still searching for Kaylee's remains, George Anthony came to her home and she told him she did not think his daughter was capable of harming his missing granddaughter. And it was then that Holloway said that George Anthony had confided in her. He was sitting on my couch and I was sitting on my floor. He said it was an accident that snowballed out of control. I was in shock, and by the time I looked up, his eyes were filled with tears, and I didn't ask him anything further. Not everyone knows what the National Enquirer. It doesn't matter. What I'm saying to you is before she ever went to authorities, she went to the media, which tells me as a juror all I need to know about her morality. That's all I'm saying. I don't care if she sold it to the Sun. I don't care if she sold it to the New York Times. Before she went to authorities, she went to get a check. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. That's it. I mean, I don't understand how we're arguing about this. If she had any sense of morality, she would have called 911. She would have called, and it says right here in this article, this happened November of 2008 while investigators are still searching for Kaylee. Maybe she needed the money. We don't know why. Okay. And that's fine, sis. Get your check. But don't sit in a testimony and tell me that she's sitting here and she's trying to be credible when she went to the media first. I don't buy it. Now, my difference with Jill Shively is Jill Shively went to authorities first. And then as she was supposed to testify, then she sold her story. That's the difference I'll give you with Jill Shively. She went to authorities immediately. Arguing isn't what this is. It's discussing a topic you are streaming about. You can't handle anything but your opinion. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't understand why you're arguing somebody that not a good way to attract viewers. This is my channel. I have plenty of viewers. I'm good. I am perfectly fine. Thank you. But you're not going to convince me that this woman who sold her testimony or who sold her story before she even went to police about a baby missing has a good moral compass. Thank you. Ugh. This is like that one time. Remember when we were talking about Madeleine McCann and that one lady argued with me so much? And she's like, go to the source. And it was like Britain's Alex Jones. It's like the same thing. It's so ridiculous. And it's not, I can't handle anything but my opinion. If you had a good source, I would see you there. I would meet you halfway. But I can't with this. This being your source that Casey Anthony had nothing to do with this is straight trash. Oh, boy. All right, let's go back to, her interview with detectives. Let's watch that.
But
woo! Sorry, that is loud. Is that loud for you or just me?
And then we'll get you a phone, and we will call your attorney. Okay?
I don't think I've ever seen this.
I'll sit here with you. All right. That's what you want. Water.
Now, mind you, look at how calm she is. This is also fascinating to me. Your daughter is still missing. The police have you in handcuffs. They have you coming in. I personally, if I had nothing to do with this, I would be freaking out. You also cannot convince me that this is a woman who has snapped. This is a woman who has, lost her mind. Because this woman sitting in this room right now seems cool, and collected.
For what happened on the highway or not, but
I almost feel like I should in a sense, but I don't think, I know for a fact that he didn't know. So I don't think that it was intentional on anybody's part for any of it, so.
Yeah.
I know that didn't look good, but I mean, you can understand why we
I know
went
one thing,
through.
if I got caught doing that, I would have gotten my ticket and thrown where I belong, especially when they found out I was a federal agent. Oh, really? You're driving like that around here? Get your ass in my car.
Yeah. Well, we figured going through the airport, it's restricted airspace, so they can't take the helicopters through, and we thought that the cars that were following us.
Look at how she's speaking to him. Turn up the volume. I can't anymore. That's it. That's all I got, friends. Hold on. Maybe I can turn up the gain on this. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Which one is this one? This one is this one. Let me see. If I can depth sparkle punch. Maybe give it some punch. How do I? Uh-oh. I'm just pressing buttons. I don't know how they work. Hold on. Let me see if that works.
My attorney's office were media, because there was a media van that followed us and another van that went with them. So we're thinking, oh shit, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened before. It happens
The way she's speaking to him is like they're having a little kiki over coffee, honestly, is what it looks like.
every day.
I know it does.
So
I know it does. I'd like to make it stop happening, to be honest with you.
I would too.
Well, you know what I'll say to that. I've said it to your mom, I've said it to your dad, and I've said it to your brother even.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, that was one thing that they all agreed upon, was the fact that you've extended, your hand to help. Most people haven't. So
I was afraid that some of what I said to them probably offended them, because I told them that if I find out something that you don't want to hear,
Mhm.
I'm going to tell you anyway.
Well,
Just
honestly,
because-
they'll respect that. That's just, the type of people that they are in the same way.
I know they are. But when I hit them with certain things, they don't want to hear it. And I understand that.
Yeah, well,
But it doesn't mean I'm not going to say it.
Exactly. When you have different beliefs than somebody, it is hard sometimes to hear their opinion.
That's true.
That doesn't mean that they don't respect your opinion or the fact that you're coming forward with what you think or what you feel. So,
Well, to some extent, it's comforting to hear you say that, because it was never my intention to piss anybody in your family off.
Yeah.
I'm not in it to get a conviction. I get nothing out of it. I get zero.
exactly. You have a job you're trying to do.
I found it.
Exactly. You have a job to do. I completely understand that. I completely understand. She thinks she's the smartest person in the room.
A few, and I've not found a few, and it sucks both ways.
Yeah, I agree.
So it is what it is. Where I get sideways with people tends to be when attorneys get involved.
I've heard most people say that. They don't like attorneys very much.
I have many family members that are attorneys. I have no problems with attorneys. What I have problems with are, at some point, we have to set aside the rules and we have to find kids. And you know what? So be it. That's why I told you in the car. If you tell me anything now,
Yeah.
I'll get up and say, yep, I heard it, and she'd already invoked it. We can't use any of it.
Her baby has been missing for over a month, allegedly, according to her. She is now sitting in an interrogation room in handcuffs, and we're giggling. This is so funny. The join button? What join button?
That's just the way it is. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
And, when we did another case that I was involved in, they lost a...
That's a good point, Madel. The detective has more sense of urgency than the mom. I find this to be the case when we watch, like, a lot of these. It's the same thing with Madeline Soto when we were watching that interview. Oh, the member. I don't know. I'm on a different thing. I'm on a different thing. Also, if you're a member, you could get into our Discord. It's fun. We just talk shit about nothing.
confession. And I sat there and I looked right at the guys that we worked with. I said,
That's not what's
who
important.
cares?
Yeah.
We found her. We found her, and he's going to get what is coming to him. That's not my job. And it works out in the end. And it works out in the end on all sides, to be honest with you. It may not be comfortable for everybody.
Yeah.
And I've done things that if I get caught for, I'm not going to.
Thank you, Cuff. I wonder if that's because the detective is innocent. Right. Casual.
Be comfortable, I can tell you that. It's just the way life is.
I don't know. So it's very hard. I mean, I guess, right, you have to try to be unbiased. But when you know, right, and as a detective, part of everything is going off of your gut feelings and instincts. To sit, I mean, this takes a skill. To sit across somebody and be so calm. And I deal with a lot of things in sarcasm. I wear my emotions on my sleeves. And I don't understand how they can sit in these rooms with these people and just be so calm about it. It's crazy.
But it's not the end of the road either. And that's what we have to keep in mind. It's not the end of the road. You know?
Just a random question.
Sure.
Are there cameras in all of the rooms?
I
or
have
just
no
some?
freaking clue. I've
Yeah.
never been in this part of the building, so
Well, I know this is
my
new.
guess would be yes.
Why are you... That's your question? Are there cameras in all of these rooms? Crazy. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate you.
We're gonna go get something to drink. Do you want any soda, Mountain Dew, Coke, Pepsi, nothing?
No, I'm fine.
Good.
Thank you very much.
I know my mom.
I would guess yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Well, my mom wasn't aware that there was a camera in the room, I guess, when she met with Melich and I forget who else in the big interviews that were released to the media, and she was infuriated.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that that's something that, you know, you should be told, but you don't have to be.
Right. The law is the law.
Yeah.
And I will play within the rules of the law.
Okay.
If it's a tool that's available to me that I can use later to look back on and see if I missed something or could I have done something better, I'm going to take advantage of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I would assume that this place probably has one somewhere.
Or at least something that records audio, so either way.
Yeah. I can tell you I don't have anything on that.
This is bizarre behavior from a mother missing her daughter. And I wish that conscious person was back in this room, because I don't know how you can watch tape like this and tell me that you truly believe she had nothing to do with this. There is not 1 ounce of urgency, not 1 ounce of fear, upset, anger, not 1 ounce of anything. She doesn't even seem nervous. I get nervous when I'm driving and lights go on. When the lights go on, I'm like, ah, shit. And then they go past me and I'm like, whew. It's because I drive like an old lady. But still, like, I would be so nervous. And I've never been in handcuffs in my life. Well, not in my life, but I'm just saying. But never in like an interrogation room, okay? Right. She doesn't miss her. There's no sense of any sort of caring that goes towards Kaylee.
Yeah, they'll probably be somewhat unhappy when they see my interviews with them. Those haven't been released yet, but they were on video.
Yeah. Well, that's just part of the discovery. So.
Yeah, it'll all come out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that, like I said, I have loyalty to one person in every one of these cases, and it doesn't happen to be anybody I'm interviewing usually.
Understandable.
It's not a slight on them. You know, I've dealt with many different people.
Yeah, I suppose I should change that from
in many
Nightbot.
different positions.
Mm-hmm.
None of which are comfortable, and those things always get in the way that you have on your hands. You know, such are the rules that we work under.
Yeah. Here's my question. I know this is a question that a lot of people have asked. The grand jury and all of that is supposed to be secret, but it was released to the media right off the bat. My dad hadn't even been subpoenaed, and that was released. So I just think a lot of that's kind of funny. And the fact that they invited the media in when they were releasing the decision, my mom had received a text message from someone within the media.
So she's very concerned about cameras, very concerned about the media. Don't you think you would be asking the police, what is it at this moment that you're doing to find my daughter? What are the steps that you are taking to find my baby? BaconBot. I can change its name? Shut your mouth. Shut up. And a scream and fart sound effect. I need the goat scream. Oh, God. I like this one, though. That's my favorite. She asked them anything. What have you found? Do you have any leads? Have you spoken to anybody? She has yet still to ask about her baby.
Yeah.
Saying they're letting all of a sudden when they make the decision, we're thinking, are you serious?
There are rules.
Mm-hmm.
I am quite sure that one of the rules that was followed was that when the decision to indict has been made, that part of it is public.
Yeah, that part's public.
And they can let the media into the courtroom at that point.
Yeah.
I bet, this is just my bet, I don't know what the Florida rules are, I'm more federal stuff, familiar with that.
Yeah.
But what I bet is that it was done under seal, and there were no names and no official charges probably read aloud. It probably just was, there's been an indictment received in a case. And that's it.
Well, when the media was out there all day and they knew about this a week ago that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of funny. It's supposed to be secret. And
It's supposed to be secret.
The happenings are secret.
Mm-hmm.
What takes place within the room is secret.
Yeah. But as far as when it actually is convened and, you know, pulled together the witnesses and stuff like that, that's not also supposed to be secret?
It depends on how they're subpoenaed.
Okay.
I mean, if you're subpoenaed under a regular court order, that's a
My
public
dad was through
document.
his attorney, so I'm not quite sure how that came through. Yeah, I
But
know.
if, if the subpoena itself
Yeah.
is just a regular federal
Yeah,
or
certain
grand
things
jury
are
subpoena, that's public
public
record.
knowledge, yeah.
It doesn't say what it's for. It doesn't say what case it's in. It doesn't.
Mhm.
It just says you're subpoenaed to appear before the grand jury.
Well, with them announcing that, you know, there was going to be a grand jury, and obviously my name was thrown out, and they knew who the grand jury was for.
Who threw your name out?
All of the media said that it was from an inside source, meaning in here. So that's where they all say is.
I can tell you
getting
what I
their
think
sources
of the
from.
media and what I think of people who leak stuff to the media.
I think it's garbage. Yeah,
But
I agree. That's the
that
next way of
doesn't
putting it.
doesn't make it any less necessary. Without them, I'll be quite honest. Without the media, we don't find a quarter of the kids that we.
Oh, I
are
agree.
looking
It
for.
helps. The exposure has helped bring in so many tips for my daughter.
But at the same time, what it creates is it creates a monster that otherwise isn't necessary.
Exactly.
The tips are what the tips are.
Jack God, please go get better. Eat some chicken noodle soup. I live in Daytona Beach where an hour away from Orlando where Kaylee went. And my daughter was the same age as Kaylee when she went missing. So this case is extremely close to my heart. And no, this is not how a concerned innocent mother would act. There is no way I would be out partying with my daughter missing. Yeah. There would be no party. There would be none. But I feel like caca. Need a little Casey can hook you up. Oh my God. Yeah, all of her actions, every single one of them is terrible. And none of them come off as a person who has, quote, snapped.
Are.
The heck yeah
If
option.
it was a local media only, it would be much easier to work.
Yeah.
When you make it the national media, then you come up
You
with.
get the Nancy Graces.
Well, you get that. Well,
Ooh, she'd be dropping Nancy Grace's name. Nancy Grace is so tired of Casey Anthony. Oh, it's funny.
also that come from Hawaii that say, I saw Kaylee. Oh, really? Okay, let me call Hawaii and let me send them out. Let me do that.
Ones that are a little bit closer.
Those are
Now I'm here for the long run. Don't worry, I got it.
what I consider local. Because the
Yeah.
local
It's in
stations
close
are going to
range.
cover that.
Yeah.
That's contiguous to the state of Florida. That's not.
When people are only getting their information from the Nancy Graces.
That's what she does call her, Mike. Hot tot mom. Hot tot mom, Casey Anthony. I wish I could do Nancy Grace's accent. Hot tot mom, Casey Anthony. That's not it.
people or, you know, stuff like that. Are you kidding me?
Well, I can say you will not see me sit trying to be interviewed by people or Globe or anybody else. It's not going to
That's a good
one. Entree food, my friend.
Whew. That was a long ride without doing that. And then that adrenaline done at the same time?
Don't even want to know what we're talking about here.
You know.
You don't even want to know what we're talking about here. I could tell you what you're not talking about here, and that's a 3-year-old named Kaylee Anthony.
I'm just going to let that go.
You know why I need it?
Who's that?
You're not going to break bad, right? All right. We're going to call him on my cell phone.
Okay.
I agree with you. I think it was I don't think it was premeditated. I do think it was an accident, and I do think that somebody brought up a really great point. I don't remember where the comment was, if it was on my last live or on one of my videos. But somebody had said it was so interesting that on Kaylee Anthony's mouth over the duct tape, there was a heart. And on John Benet Ramsey's hand, there was a heart. And they said that to me says mother. Like there's a mothering, nurturing thing about that. And I was like, that's a really interesting. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. But yes, both of them have hearts on them. Very wild, very interesting.
I know this is, oh, yeah, that's not good.
Pull it back there. Just slide your hands out. No,
I honestly can't. So they're a little tight.
Thanks
Ha 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 ha! My daughter's missing. I'm in handcuffs in an interrogation room. Ha 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 ha! This is so funny. I'm Casey Anthony. I'm so funny.
Yes, just slide your hands out.
Corporal Edwards.
Actually, if I could, I would have done that for you.
Do you know Baez's phone number off the top of your head?
No, I do not.
How can we get the cell number or his number?
I know his office number.
What is that?
407-705-2626.
That's the thing, right? Good point, Medell. That's why we know her gestures are bizarre, because we are also moms. You cannot find a mom in this world who cares about her children, who would act like this, being falsely accused, okay? And their child is still out there missing. Not a one. Do you think she hit her body on her own? I do, but I have a few doubts. And what is funny? Exactly. Do I think she hit her on her own? Yeah, I do. I do, in my opinion, because I think she was just so used to telling her parents stuff and having them believe her, especially her dad. I do think she is a daddy's girl. I think she wants to talk to her dad. She wants to go to her dad. She wants to, confide in him. She seems to have more of an attitude with her mom. And I think I think that she did it on her own. I do. Yeah.
Did you see Mr. Savage while you were out there?
Yeah. You want to go speak with him and give me a handcuff key that fits? Do you want that? And I'll have her shoot a phone call to Mr. Baez.
You do that.
Now, once again,
where is he?
Should be.
Do I get that?
Should be in the office talking to the chief.
That's a great point. We cannot even sleep when our kids have a fever, let alone missing. Absolutely. Absolutely.
He needs a map to get back there.
This is a rat maze.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, he doesn't know how to get back there.
I've identified myself. You know why you're in custody.
Yes.
And you have.
You know why you're in custody. If I was sitting in an interrogation room with handcuffs on me and somebody was trying to accuse me of first-degree murder on my child and I didn't do it, I would be like, get the fuck away from me. Call my lawyer immediately. Like, get me out of here. Ugh. What was the evidence that she did it again? I'm genuinely curious. So honestly, I was going to say second degree. I think it's a Scott Peterson deal, right? Like, I think a lot of it's circumstantial. I don't think anybody disagrees with the verdict that came out of the case, right? The fact that she didn't call 911, the fact that she was annoyed when her mom called 911, the fact that she led police on a wild goose chase and lied to them about where she worked in Orlando, the fact that she told the police that friends and family knew where she was this whole time, which was a lie. I think a lot of that is the evidence that we need as the public to form our opinions. And we talked about this we talked about this the other day. Do I think that the prosecution overreached in the charges that they tried to get on her? Absolutely. Do I think that if I was sitting on that jury and they brought those charges, and do I think that I would have charged her with premeditated first-degree murder? No, I don't. Because the jury rules that you are supposed to go without, you're supposed to go beyond a reasonable doubt. Do I think that they prove that? No, I don't. I wish she would just say what the hell happened. I agree with you. I don't think we'll ever know. The thing is, it's kind of like Scott Peterson, right? They didn't have a cause of death. They didn't have the evidence that he was, his DNA was linked to Lacey or what happened. It's all circumstantial, right? They had the anchors on the boats. They had the fishing license. They had the boat launch information, like all of these things. Do I think that Scott Peterson should have gotten charged with the death penalty in the way that our judicial system works? No, I don't. Am I happy that he is where he is? Yes, I am. But also, like, I try to look at these cases like if it was me, right? Like if I was in their position and I truly didn't do it, you would hope that a jury would go with the jury instructions of beyond a reasonable doubt. And do I think that they had beyond a reasonable doubt to charge Casey Anthony with first-degree premeditated murder and also to get the death penalty? No, I don't. I think if they didn't go for the death penalty and they went for second-degree murder, I think it would have been a much different case, honestly, and a much different outcome. So here's the next question. If she told George or Cindy, or if your child told you they had done this, would you turn them in? Yeah, I think the priority is always the baby, right? Also, did we have FaceTime in 2008? I want to assume so, yes. But like, was it abnormal for Kaylee and Casey to go missing for months? Didn't they live with the Anthonys at the time? I'm going to do a deep dive into this case. I will tell you, Gabby Petito is coming next. I'm editing that video. I'm also doing research on Ruby Frankie, so it's going to be a little while before I get to this one. But I think we should really get to this one and sit down with it, regardless who this is. I would absolutely turn them in. You have to look at the priority, and the priority always becomes the innocent child. I don't know how you don't take a 3-year-old baby into consideration over your 20-something-year-old daughter. I don't. I'm not in that position, though, so I don't know. But if it came to my daughter or my granddaughter, how do you sleep at night? How do you sleep? I don't know. I would always love my child, but I would be visiting them in prison. Yeah. I wish you would just say what happened. Since a child is involved, yes, I would turn in my offspring. But if the victim was an adult and not a relative, I might help cover it. I was like, wait, I had to read that again. I'm like, wait, what? So just so I am clear, the only charge that was on the table was first-degree murder with the death penalty and punishment. No. So actually, she was found not guilty. We talked about this yesterday. Hold on. Let me pull it up in my, let's see, Casey Anthony legal charges. First-degree murder, the prosecution alleged that Casey intentionally killed Kaylee. Verdict, not guilty. Aggravated manslaughter of a child. This charge was suggested that Casey's reckless behavior led to Kaylee's death, even if it wasn't premeditated. Verdict, not guilty. Aggravated child abuse. Prosecutors charged that Casey mistreated or neglected Kaylee to leading to her death. Verdict, not guilty. Which again, that one on the jury, I would have a hard time with, because again, if she was talking about George being the abuser that she claims that he is, and she left Kaylee in his care as a mother, that is neglectful behavior, 1,000%. And then 4 counts of providing false information to law enforcement, claiming non-existent nanny, Zanny the nanny, kidnapped Kaylee, saying she worked at Universal Studios when she didn't, falsely blaming friends and associates for knowing about Casey's whereabouts. She was found guilty. She was convicted on all 4 counts. She was sentenced to 4 years in prison for lying to law enforcement. However, she was released in July on 2011 due to served time and good behavior. Which is funny because OJ got 33 years for trying to steal his memorabilia back. So, I don't know. All of her lies, and she also hindered the police in their investigation. Would an innocent person lie to the police in searching for their missing child? No, they wouldn't lie. And they would also help them. Wouldn't you give them clothes and pictures and be out on foot? That's like Madeline Soto when her mom's like, we're sitting at home waiting for her to show up. Nope. You put somebody in the family at home. I'll be out looking for my kid. Thank you. Based on reasonable doubt, there was no evidence. Agreed. Right. That's the point. Based on beyond a reasonable doubt, there wasn't enough, or there was no evidence. There wasn't enough evidence. I totally agree with you. Are you asking into the National Enquirer? Are you going to dive into the National Enquirer asking for a friend? No, that's why Cindy said Casey had been missing for a month. Also, Casey took Kaylee and left one day and hadn't been seen for a month. Interesting. She moved to be closer to her job in Orlando, is what she told her parents. Can we meet this friend? Sorry I missed yesterday. No, that's okay. It does not make sense. Did you see the recent show where George took the lie detector test? No, I didn't. No. Even if animals protect their offspring, then you will leave. You're right. Then you will leave your child to your abuser. That's right. Also, it's, again, we talk about this. If she believes that George and her mom had something to do with Kaylee's disappearance and death, she is within her right to file a wrongful death suit. Why has she not done that? Why has she not, to the point of the commenter that was in the live the other day, why has she not continued to try to find the person that did this to her daughter? Why? They also found the same sticker pack from the sticker that was on the duct tape on Kaylee's mouth at the house. Right. Ringing the adult friend in. All right, guys, let's take a look at this poll. And the poll. Somebody voted no. What? Where's the poll? 12% no. Who voted no? Ma'am. Hi. Came out wrong. I said I want to hear your adult friend because I am turning them in. All right, guys, I got to get going. I will be back at 2 p.m. Eastern. I have a logical explanation for the case. No, I have to leave. Tell me. Quick. Type. Furiously type. Furiously. Because I have to go. But I will be back. I will be back at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. It was me, the no, and I can't go back. Courtney, sorry, we have to block you from this chat. I'm just kidding. Hi, Hannah. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for always being here. I love that I show up on the internet and people show up with me. Wait 5 minutes. I can't. Write it in my comments. I have to go be a parent. All right. I'll see you guys in a little bit. We'll be back on live stream. We'll be discussing the Gabby Petito body cam footage and breaking that down. So I will see you guys later. Bye. I have to wait until this ends. Why isn't it allowing me to say goodbye? What is happening? I'm waiting. My stream is on such a delay. So I just sat here for no reason. I don't know how to end streams. Yup, she's still here. Like, I'm just lurking in the room with y'all. She